President William Ruto is a wounded leader, and unfortunately today Edwin Sifuna has added salt to the wound of William Ruto by declaring a fight, and is taking the fight to Ruto's Homestead this time round. Is something that has caused panic in the Ruto camp, and they're asking on ways they can prevent this. Sifuna appeared today in Spice FM today morning, where he had an interview and explained why he has not gone to some areas, especially those areas that are allied, or rather perceived as strongholds of some individuals in this country. But Sifuna's answer shocked William Ruto.
This is what I want to assure people, that we are not running around to be leaders of a section of Kenya. No. All of Kenya must be open to all of us, to all of the ideas that they have. And I give the assurance that we will go everywhere. In fact, the reason why you see us, we started in the traditional basis of ODM is because there is a fight to be settled in ODM. We need, first of all, for everyone to understand, or for us as leadership to understand where the core support of ODM is. Are they one term or two term? And the verdict from the coast to Mahaland to Nakuru to Kisumu is that there is no support for William Ruto in those places. And I go and I ask them, hapa Kondele, kuna kura ya Ruto? Wanasema hakuna kura ya Kasongo hapa. So, we will go everywhere. And the only thing that we ask is that we should be allowed, like these threats and intimidation, they are all unnecessary. Even if Sifuna one day ends up as a leader who has a so-called stronghold, wherever that stronghold will be, I should not be the one standing up and saying, Ndu cannot come there, Dennis cannot come there, so-and-so cannot come there to say their piece. Let us go to Eldoret. We will go to Eldoret, I can assure you. We will go to Turkana, we will go to Mandera, we will go to Wajir, we will go to Marsabit, we will go to Garissa, because we appreciate that Kenya is not just one corner. And whatever those people do, there is a way you can speak to political leaders. If, for instance, you don't agree with Sifuna, wewe ni mtu wa two-term na unaishi Eldoret, when Sifuna comes, just stay at home. In fact, my biggest fear, and the biggest fear of every political leader, is to go and arrange a rally, weke stage pale, alafu mujikute ninyi peke yenu na security yenu. That is the biggest political statement. It is not being beaten. No.
Now here, Sifuna is confirming that is headed, or rather the Linda Mwananchi is headed to Eldoret, and they will host a rally there, one of the biggest rallies in Eldoret, because according to Sifuna, they want to take a census. They want to know how many people will vote for William Ruto, how many Sifunas are there in Kenya, and they are going to tour all regions. However, there are many questions everyone is asking. I know there are questions you are asking yourselves, and that is the question equally I'm asking from here, Kenya Lens. How will it be possible, Edwin Sifuna, to conduct a rally in Eldoret? It is perceived that Eldoret is the stronghold of William Ruto. That is where he come from. That is hometown. How will he do that? Will he stand on top of the vehicle and say that William Ruto ni one term? I don't know how it's gonna happen, because all the places these people have gone, they shout at William Ruto. They say jamaa alitudanganya, hakuna maendeleo ameleta, alisema hiki na kile, ataki, aliua Raila. You saw recently in Kisumu, where Godfrey Ososi was referring to William Ruto to be the cause of Raila's death, and also to be knowing what really caused the death of Raila Odinga. So all the blames were pitched on William Ruto. I really don't know if they go to Eldoret, will that happen? Because if Kisumu, it met a lot of stumbling blocks. How about going to Kisumu? And also, will they embarrass President William Ruto in his hometown, as they've been doing that in other regions? Perhaps William Ruto can allow that. They can, and the people of Eldoret, they can allow it to happen, because even William Ruto will be traversing this country from one community to another, from one stronghold of some member of parliament, of some, presidential aspirant to another. Maybe they will allow that. It's a matter of time, but this thing has caused, panic in William Ruto's camp. Number one, because there is no any leader who has shown interest to go campaign in Eldoret, William Ruto's stronghold, as it is perceived. There is no one. In as much as the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua may be chest thumping, may be bragging around as in being one of the Mau Mau descendants, he has no guts, he has no balls to go to Eldoret or rather to Kericho and stuff. The only place Rigathi Gachagua tried to stand is Bomet. And remember, in Bomet, know that it was an organized thing. It is something was passing by, so many people gave him a listening ear. So we are really waiting to see. And Edwin Sifuna, from the look of things, is gonna break that chain. We have a culture in Kenya. We are bound by some chains that the elections are conducted in Kenya based on tribal lines. That if a Kikuyu is aspiring to be the president, the Kikuyus will vote for him and maybe some other people. We have that thing that is revolving, that there's a matrix. Now that Kikuyus or the Mount Kenya people have 6-point-something million votes, followed by a certain tribe, we've been calculating our strategies as Kenyans, or rather as leaders have been calculating on numbers of communities based on tribal lines. But Edwin Sifuna is different. Is conquering that, and if Edwin Sifuna will manage to be the next president of Kenya, then we shall have conquered that tribal lines in elections. And also the Mount Kenya region will not be bragging and just thumping that they are ones who can elect someone, that they are the main determinant of who becomes the next president of Kenya. So there are many things that we can draw from the video, from that interview of Edwin Sifuna. Yeah. And from that interview, we deduce one thing. Edwin Sifuna is a bright politician. In fact, the Linda Mwananchi is made of brilliant minds. Number one, they said that now that they are in ODM, in as much as they are being expunged from it, they wanted to go and move to ODM strongholds first. Remember, Edwin Sifuna was the Secretary General of Raila Odinga when he was alive. So there are one or two things that he copied from Raila Odinga, and you need to agree with me that Raila Odinga is one of the best politicians Kenya has ever had in our time. Yeah. So Edwin Sifuna learned from one of the best politicians in Kenya, and that is the reason why they directed their energy to the strongholds of Raila Odinga first, the strongholds of ODM. And from those strongholds, remember, Edwin Sifuna had contacts, had people that Raila Odinga trusted, and those are the people he has been reaching out to organize all these things. He knew how Raila Odinga did everything, bringing people together, talking to people. That is exactly what Edwin Sifuna is doing. Yeah, so according to him, once he's done with the ODM strongholds, because he wanted to get a message from ODM. Now that there are wrangles in ODM, we have two factions. We have 2 term and 1 term in that ODM. So they wanted to pick, or rather to do analysis and see how many people, how many ODMs, or the ODM members are agreeing that William Ruto is a one-term president, so that they take that analysis and see if they have a right to continue with this narrative. Afterwards, they're intending to move to other regions, including Mount Kenya, including the Eldoret. In Mount Kenya, it can be perfect because lately it seems that that region has shifted to being opposition, from government to opposition. In Eldoret is purely 2-term because that is where William Ruto comes from. However, you may find a few individuals who are not satisfied with the way William Ruto is leading this country. So it is a matter of time. We wait and see. And if he manages to go to Eldoret as Linda Mwananchi, and the rally becomes successful, it will be a humiliation, a big humiliation to William Ruto, and it will be let me say that they'll dig a political grave of William Ruto. And I'm very sure he may not allow that to happen. He may use the goons like lately they've been using them, because we have Farouk Kibet and that is his job. They have money, they have everything, they can hire people to fight that Linda Mwananchi vibaya sana. But there's something that Edwin Sifuna equally spoke. He said in Kenya, right now, let's be mature politically. If you don't support any leader, why should you come out to listen to him? If you think you love William Ruto so much and Edwin Sifuna and the brigade are there in that region, please don't come out. Let them come and speak to their friends, because they may have their friends, one or two, who trust the ideas, who want to do what they want. Let them go. That is according to Edwin Sifuna, and it makes a lot of sense that in Kenya we need to mature up such that do the right thing in the right time. Know what to do, know what not to do. If you think that if you are Sifunated, if you always say you are a Sifuna, don't appear in William Ruto's rallies. And that is what Edwin Sifuna is calling for. And that is what Edwin Sifuna is calling for in Kenya, that we have tolerance, political tolerance, and also we reduce the political hits that are emerging in Kenya. I don't know what you think. Maybe you have a different opinion from mine. You can write there in the comment section. I'll respond to all comments. Perhaps we can have a debate, and it may form the basis of what we're gonna talk about in the next video.